Hey y'all, welcome back to the Perfectly Balanced Podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about life, love, relationships, and everything in between. And of course, if you've been here for this long, you know I'm your host, Destiny. And today's topic is going to be about letting go. And this is something that's truly near and dear to me personally because I have fought a long time to let a lot of different things go and look on the other side of whatever situation, whatever person hurt me, whatever they did, said, etc. And I really had to look on the other side to see and honestly just get back to me, because I'm an understanding person. I understand that everybody goes through things. I understand that everyone just is out here living life just like I am. However, I feel like a lot of us, including myself, don't let go of things as we should. And I know letting go sounds easier said than done, but letting go is ultimately an act of getting back to who you were before those words were said, that situation happened, or whatever the case may be. So today we're going to talk about letting go, and we're going to talk about letting go of pain and letting go of situations that cause us pain. So let's get into it. So the more we replay the pain that we have experienced, the more it stays alive in our bodies. And it's not because it hasn't passed, but because we haven't made peace with it yet. And letting go is a practice, not a one-time event. Letting go doesn't erase the pain. And when I say let go, I don't mean forget or erase it. I mean you're ready to stop letting the pain be the only thing that you hear and see. It doesn't mean that you weren't hurt. I was hurt. You were hurt. We were both hurt. But I noticed for me personally, the hurt and the pain that I have been through has been so much louder than anything else. And I just noticed this recently. Understand, it's nothing wrong with holding on. That truly just means that your heart wanted answers. But understand, when you let go, peace becomes more possible instead of the need for the closure. For me, when I constantly replay what somebody has done to me or said to me, I'm gonna be honest with you, it truly hurts more than the actual moment that hurt me. And I'm gonna be honest, sometimes the actual moment hurt, but me constantly replaying and constantly wanting answers and constantly trying to understand, that is what hurts the most. You have to understand that when you are going through a certain situation that includes hurt, pain, unhappiness, anything really, that oftentimes your body constantly relives every single emotion every time you think about it. And understand that's not weakness. That's just your nervous system trying to protect you from that situation happening again. Please remember that the goal isn't to forget. It's to remind your body and your mind that you are safe now. And just making sure you say it every day to yourself. Making sure you let your body know and saying it out loud that I am safe, I am here, I am whole. I'm not those things that person said. Whatever they did is on them. It's not on me. Oftentimes, people think that letting go of a situation or a person has to be so loud. But quite frankly, it can be very quiet. It doesn't have to be a big announcement. It's the quiet decisions that matter the most. Not engaging, not reaching out, and not reacting. Peace doesn't always come with the conversation. Sometimes it's a closure you give yourself when no one else shows up. And that's big for me. That's something that is so big for me, because I'm going to be honest. There have been numerous situations that have just, and I'm going to be honest, there has been numerous situations and numerous things that people have done to me that have just broke me down. And I didn't even think that I would be able to see the other side. And it was like that because I constantly replayed that hurt and that pain over and over and over again, and didn't even give myself time to just stop replaying it. And once I stopped replaying it and I told myself to just let it go, and that's the message altogether. I got that message this morning at like 5 o'clock in the morning, believe me or not. Woke up out my sleep, I couldn't go back to sleep, and I just sat still for a second, and something just came to me and said, let it go. And that's why I'm doing this episode. And it's so crazy because I've been searching for some answers. I've been trying to figure some things out, and that was a message I got. Let it go. So let's get into a personal story that I held on to hurt and pain for much longer than I should have. And it completely drained me, and it completely took me to a place that I really fought very hard to get out of. So, let me think of a time. I would just say anytime. Anytime that something has happened, somebody has said something, somebody has done something, whatever the case may be, or if somebody has gave me the cold shoulder, or whatever the case may be, or treated me any kind of way after I have, that's perfect. That's the example I'm gonna give. Oftentimes, because I am so kind, because I am so nice, because I am so loving, people take it and run with it. They think because I'm kind, because I'm loving, because I'm nice, because I have a big heart, and because I care, that I don't have a backbone, or I would say mainly I don't have a backbone, and that's incorrect. So, anytime somebody has done something to me, anytime somebody has said something incorrectly to me, I hold on to it. And I give people chance after chance after chance to correct it. And what happens is, as I'm holding on to that situation or that thing that was said, that's hurting me more than it's hurting the next person that did the actual action. So, as I'm holding on and holding on and holding on, I notice that I'm more tired. I notice that I don't want to do anything. I notice how unhappy I am. I notice how upset I get every time I replay it. And quite frankly, that's extremely exhausting and extremely draining. So, and it's been more than one situation, I would say, in the past 2 years that have put me like overboard, that have upset me, that have made me cry, that have just took me back to a place that I did not want to go back to. And then recently, I came to the conclusion that because I am constantly replaying these moments, it's only hurting me. And because I'm trying to protect myself, I'm only hurting myself even more by constantly reliving these situations. And because I am reliving these situations, it's draining me of everything that I have. I can't be of service to myself or anybody else because I'm constantly replaying what hurt me. But one thing that I have came to the conclusion is hurt people. And although I'm a good person and I think before I speak and I think before I do certain actions, and sometimes I fall short, but most of the time I do not. And I have to think that everybody's not like me. Everybody doesn't have the capacity to be compassionate, to pause for a second before they speak or say something, or even pause for a second before they do an action, because there are consequences to every action. So once I understood that constantly we weren't helping, they were hindering, I decided to release, because that's what's going to take care of me. Releasing that. I'm going to let you feel the way you feel, talk the way you talk, do whatever you want and do whatever you please, but I'm going to release it, and I'm going to step back, and I'm going to let you heal and do whatever you need to do and continue to do what I need to do. And that's what came after the pain. Because although hurt people, people also have to realize that the person that is rooting for you, the person that loves you the most, the person that cares for you the most, isn't going to hurt you. And for me, I try my hardest not to hurt other people. I try my hardest not to let my past experiences replay and push those past experiences onto somebody else, because that's not fair. Now, we also have to be okay with forgiving people without receiving an actual apology, because some people just don't care, or they're too indulged in self that they don't understand that there's other people in the outside world that they could be hurting. So understand, you may never get the I'm sorry, and that is just as heartbreaking as the situation that you keep replaying. But understand, you don't have to hold on to that. Also understand that your healing is very much valid. For me, I don't forgive for the next person. I forgive for me. Because forgiveness isn't saying that the situation or what was said was okay, but it's telling me I choose peace over the pain that the next person caused me. And I'd rather forgive you 1,000 times over and be okay with myself than wait for you to give me an apology when you don't even care about yourself as much as I care about myself. So don't wait up for an apology. Apologize to yourself. Forgive that person. And forgiveness is a hard thing to do, because people can do some terrible things and say some terrible things, and sometimes you don't even want to forgive. But that forgiveness is for you, because it's going to ultimately give you a peace of mind. So forgive and move on, but do not forget. So, a few things that can look like you are holding on to something and you haven't let it go is overthinking. And trust me, I know, because I overthink often about every situation, about everything. I overthink. I may have said something to somebody and I may overthink it, retelling the story over and over and over again, or bringing up the situation over and over and over again, just to prove how hurt you are. For me, I'm not the type of family member, friend, spouse, or anything like that that's going to allow you to constantly retell that pain, because you're not only are you pushing your pain off on me, but you are pushing it off on yourself and hurting yourself more. Then you also have emotional triggers from unrelated moments. For example, we could be talking about something that has nothing to do with what you went through, but yet you still bring up said situation. Again, you have to let this stuff go, because it's making you sick. It's making you sick. All that hurt and pain is making you sick. And the more you hold on to it and push it off on others, you're going to push people away too. Remember, let go, but don't forget. Forgive yourself, but don't forget. Choose that peace over that pain, but do not forget what happened. Please be gentle with yourself. Holding on to that situation or holding on to whatever that person said or did was a part of your survival story. But please understand, you're allowed to choose peace, love, happiness, and joy. When we hold on to situations or hold on to what people said, we are giving them power. We're giving that situation power. We're giving that person power over us. And you have to take back your power. Choose your peace. Choose you. Choose your happiness. Choose all of the above, because that is what is most important. You are most important. Please understand that you are not letting go because it didn't matter. You are letting go because you matter more. Your health matters more. Your happiness matters more. Your joy, your peace. You matter more than that pain and that hurt and that situation. I want you to understand you are allowed to outgrow what once comforted you, even pain. Again, you are allowed to outgrow what once comforted you, even the pain. Please do not sit in pain because you are hurting yourself and you are hurting other people around you. When you sit in that pain, when you overthink that pain, when you constantly tell the story of that pain, when you don't know what your triggers are, so out the blue you bring up something that had nothing to do with what was going on in the current state that you are in right now, because you are holding on to it. Let go of that pain. Please choose peace, choose love, choose happiness, choose gratitude. I hope this episode helps someone today, and I hope you understand that I'm not just talking from a place of a know-it-all. I've been through some stuff too. People have hurt me, people have said things to me, people have done things to me. And you want to know what I did? After some time, I forgave it and I let it go. I haven't forgot, but I forgave it and I let it go. Because it was doing nothing but hurting me because I was holding on to it. It was doing nothing but draining me because I was holding on to it. It was doing nothing but hindering my life, my job, my family, and my friends because I was holding on to something that I no longer need to hold on to. Do I need to move differently when it comes to certain things? Of course. But that comes along with remembering. It doesn't mean forget. Don't forget what you've been through, but forgive what you've been through. Give yourself an apology. Choose peace over your pain. Understand, again, you're allowed to outgrow pain. You are allowed to outgrow hurt. Remember, the more we replay the pain, the more it stays alive in our body. Not because it hasn't passed, but because we haven't made peace with it yet. Letting go is a practice, not a one-time event. So again, you're constantly going to have to let go of so many things, so many situations, so many people. But understand that at the end of the day, because you are letting go, you are choosing you. You are choosing your peace. You are choosing your happiness. So continue to choose you. And don't allow that pain and those situations to constantly replay and hurt you more. Thank you for listening.